Okay, so let's try this dog arrangement idea. So we have 4 Aussies, clearly the best, 5 healers, 3 corgis, and some border collies. Border collies are pretty neurotic. That's why there's lots of them in the shelter. Okay, so we want to know how many packs of 4 we can make with, how about 1 of each breed? So how'd you do the 1 of each breed?
You have 4 choose 1, 5 choose 1, 3 choose 1, and 6 choose 1, and then you figure out what those numbers are and multiply them all together.
Cool, that'll work. We could take 4 choose 1, right? That's filling the Aussie slot, multiplied by 5 choose 1. That's filling the healer slot, multiplied by 6 choose 1, filling the border collie slot, and 3 choose 1, filling the corgi slot. Alternatively, you could realize that 4 choose 1 is 4, 5 choose 1 is 5, 6 choose 1 is 6, and 3 choose 1 is 3, right? That's really just how many dog, like, this is an Aussie slot, right? How many Aussies you got? Well, there's 4, so there's 4 options for filling that slot, 5 options for this one. And the order seems like it matters in that, right? Because you can't swap the dog out of the Aussie slot into the healer slot. They don't, that's not how dogs work. So see that? All right, how about all healers? What's your answer for all healers?
5 choose 4.
Yeah, there's 5 choose 4, which apparently I'm writing this way. Because remember that's choosing? Okay, so 5 choose 4. Why is that just 5? Somebody explain to me intuitively why picking 4 dogs out of the 5 is 5 ways.
Because
5 times 4 times 3.
No, intuitively.
Because
one dog left at
it's
5
fit-
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Good.
pick which one to leave out.
You're picking the dog to leave out,
Yeah.
right? Which is mean. You always pick which 4 dogs are going to go, not which dog has to stay. All right, how about 2 Aussies and 2 healers?
4 choose 2, 5 choose 2.
Okay, there's 4 choose 2 ways to get a healer or an Aussie, right? And then you want to multiply that by
5 choose 2.
5 choose 2 for the healers. Cool? And I'm trusting you guys can get real numbers out of this.
Wait, how would you get a real number?
You write the factorial.
Okay, so if I wanted to get a regular
He's
number
joking,
out
don't
of
do it.
this thing,
He's joking.
60.
At least.
are you joking? Okay, I'm going to do this anyway. Because I'm not sure now. All right, so 4 choose 2 is 4 factorial over 2 factorial times 2 factorial. And then I need to multiply this by
5 factorial over 2 factorial times 3 factorial.
perfect. So do some canceling and arrive at a number out of this.
It's 60.
Thanks. So we got 60. How many ways are there to get no corgis?
15, choose 4.
I have 1,365 for your final answer.
How'd you get that? Did you do this? 15 choose 4?
Mm-hmm.
You added up all the dogs, right? There were 18 dogs total. Kicked the 3 corgis out, and then you picked 4 out of the other 15. You guys see that? So that's one certainly good option. How else could you do this?
Throw that in your calculator.
Oh yeah, I mean to get a number, not to get a number, but how else could you think about this? Nobody else thought about this differently? Okay.
Well, because I was thinking, at first I was thinking like, well, you could do Aussie Steelers and Border Collies separately, but then you don't know how many of each you're getting.
Yeah, so there's a complicated way, right, which is to figure out all the possible ways to make 4 dogs using 3 breeds, right, which is going to take forever. Yeah, that's messy. The other thing you could do is you could figure out how many ways there are to pick 4 dogs out of 18, right? So you do 18 choose 4, and then you could subtract off how many.
At least 1 corgi.
how many how many packs include at least a corgi? That's probably more complicated. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. How about at least 3 border collies?
6, choose 3, and then 12, choose 2.
6, choose 3. Okay, so if we do 6, choose 3, what's that represent?
The border collie.
The options of at least 3 border collie, or of 3 border collies.
Yeah, this is picking 3 of the border collies, right? Not at least, but exactly 3. Okay, so if I pick 3 border collies, what was the rest of your thought?
And then it was 12, choose 2.
Okay, and we did 12, choose 2. Ah, okay, so that was picking 2 more dogs out of the rest.
But that makes a pack of 5, I bet.
That makes a pack of 5. So how do we make this a pack of 1? This is 3 border collies and,
Choose one out of the 12. That is 12.
yeah, so we need to choose 1 out of the 12.
What would
So-
be the 18? Because you can choose the border collie for the 4th dog too.
Good. You guys see that? This right here is not at least 3 border collies. This right here is exactly 3 border collies. Right? And now I have to account for the pack that's 4 border collies. So how many ways are there to pick 4 border collies?
6, choose 1.
6, choose 4. Okay. And now what the heck do I do with this number and that number? Add them together. You guys see why? So these are ways to account for 3 border collies, right? These are ways to make a pack that's all border collie. And I'm adding those ways together because a pack of at least 3 border collies is either 3 border collies or 4 border collies. You guys see that? I'm a little bit leery of this plus sign because I want to make sure that I'm not double counting anything. You guys remember the Venn diagram thing? You should be scared of double counting. So I'm worried, is there any possibility that one of these things over here is one of those things over there? No. How do I know these aren't the same thing? Because these ones are exactly 3 border collies, right? These 12 dogs that I'm picking 1 out of are the not border collie dogs. Okay, see that? So this is 3 border collies and then 1 dog that's not a border collie. No pack arranged like that is a 4 border collie pack.
Instead of adding the 6, choose 4, couldn't you just do 18, choose 1 instead of the 12, choose 1?
Not all 18 dogs are available still.
Oh,
I think you could probably do 15, choose 1. You guys see that? And then it would be a mistake to include this because I would definitely be open to double counting. You guys see that? When at all possible, try to stay away from events that are double counting. So it's easier to organize your thoughts if you think, okay, I'm going to deal with the case of 3 first, that's this,
okay.
and then I'm going to deal with the case of 4 here. And I know those things don't overlap, so I can add together. You guys cool with this? The other thought's not bad, well, actually. But it's a little bit cleaner, maybe, to do this. Cool? Questions, things? You guys understand the moral of this story?
Don't double count.
No, the moral of this story is Aussies are awesome.
It's in the name.
It is.